Good day, everyone. Our lesson for today is about business model. So, we will be talking about business models and why is it important in every business enterprise. Okay? So, a business model defines how you deliver value to your clients at a reasonable cost while ensuring your online store makes a profit. So, for example, if you have an online business or an online shop, so basically that is the basic concept of businesses nowadays. Now, we are delivering valuable products and services to our clients or customers, but with a reasonable cost, meaning it it is not very cheap na malulugi yung kumpanya at hindi naman siya masyadong mahal na hindi na siya kakayanin bayaran ng customers. So at a reasonable cost, meaning there will be good profit for the business, but not very expensive on the part of the customer, but still we are still delivering valuable or quality products and services. Whether you choose an ad-supported business model, it means ad is simply short term for advertising. So are we going to be very dependent with advertising, with advertisements, with commercials, and so on and so forth? Or create an e-commerce website or yung tawagan natin na online websites. You have to generate revenue and invite a steady stream of new and returning customers. Okay, so that is the main concept of businesses, especially when you have the marketing department, when you have marketing subjects. The basic concept is how are we going to attract new customers and how are we going to make our current customers be a repeat customers for us. We need to identify what makes your company or our company or the product or services we offer unique and useful and which types of people need what you sell. So isa-isayin natin. Of course, we need to have a unique product because if we will still have the same product with the others, we are going to offer the same product, then we don't have that certain distinction or a certain edge from our competitors, di ba? Parang sa side sa mga customers natin, magtatanong sila, anong pinagkaiba ng product or what makes the product we offer to them better compared to the existing products na ando na sa market, especially if the product or service that we offer is already is already been napuno na siya ng different products and with the same products and service. What makes our products different from the others? And of course, useful, because if it is not useful, customers won't buy it. And which types of people need what you sell? So this, in marketing, we call it our target market, because we know that we cannot offer our products to all types of people. There are very few products that can do that, but most of the products and services has its own target market, meaning teenager, meaning young adult, senior citizen, male, female, di ba? For example, underwear, di ba? May underwear na kung ang binibenta natin is for, let's say, brief, then that our target market are male people. And kung panty naman, it's for the female people. So that's an example of how are we going to distinguish target market. So in summary, a good business model should define who the target customer is or the target market, who are the people that we intend to sell or to offer our products or services to. Second, what the customer wants. Diba? Ano ang gusto ng mga customers? What specifications does the customer want or need? Diba? And how the company makes money while delivering value. Because some people may be allergic to this, but still, any businesses needs profit to survive. So in that sense, how are we going to gain profit in order for the business to prosper or survive while still delivering the quality and the valuable products or service to our target market? So what are the components of a business model? So i-enumerate na muna siya, and then later on, I will explain it one by one. We have value proposition, key resources, key activities, channel, key partners, customer relationship, revenue streams, cost structure, and customer segment. So I know for some of you, you already have an idea of what does one or two or more of them means. But we will explain to it one by one na talaga masinsinan. Okay? So let's start with value proposition. From the term or from the concept value, di ba? Is something, parang tanong siya, there are a lot of things that are valuable to us, di ba, in personal life. So what do we mean by valuable? It means it is important to us, it gives value to us, it is, yun nga, important. So a company's value proposition defines the unique benefit your product or service offers to your clients or customers. Ano yung binebenta mo or ano ang ino-offer mo sa target market mo which makes it important for them to buy or to avail, di ba? What is that unique benefit or characteristics na mabibigay ng product na ino-offer mo sa kanila or ng service na ino-offer mo sa kanila na magugustuhan nila, di ba? For example, massage spa, di ba? Massage spa. So, syempre, when you have a massage spa, you are going to offer that to those people na masakit yung katawan, may mga migraine, so ang value proposition mo is that you are offering relaxation, you are offering parang di ba may healing pag gani siya nga ginatawag, healing or maybe just a relaxation of the body in order sa stress natin nga pangalawas or sa katawan or sa pagod natin ng katawan, makare-relax siya, di ba? So that's an example. So how do you fulfill customers' needs differently from your competition, especially if it is highly competitive market na? Di ba? For example, chinelas. There are already hundreds to thousands of manufacturers of chinelas. What makes your chinelas or your step-in or your sapatos or your footwear na lang in general different from the rest? Di ba? May ara na sa dapat sa makita ng mga footwear na grabe ang design, grabe ang color, grabe ang may mga spikes pa gani, di ba? But may ara naman pud nga may ara pud sang chinelas or step-in or pambalay gani. Nga daw may ara siya sang daw massage, di ba? Nga may mga bulto-bulto nga kung igamiton mo or ano mang tiil mo, daw it's a simple way of massaging or relaxing your foot. So, from the customer's we need to evaluate our product or service from the customer's perspective. What makes it worth buying? Nga dapat magustuhan ko siya baklot. That's the main question that should be raised with value proposition. Next, we have key resources. Key resources are the most important financial and human assets you need to run your business. Of course, the business needs resources, needs assets in order for it to operate, in order for it to progress. So, ano yung financial need? Ano ang material needs? Ano yung mga human resource na needs ng isang negosyo para it will have a smooth sailing, it will have a smooth flow of operations. So for an online store, this might include computer, internet access, staff, and office space, di ba? Because if you are operating for an online store, kailangan mo siyempre sang gadget, Not necessarily computer, you can have laptop, you can have smartphone, di ba? Pwede na smartphone. Pero you also need internet access. So those are important things that is needed for the business to operate. Okay? Again, key resources are needs of the business. Hindi siya wants. Di ba? So when we say needs, kinanglan siya, kailangan siya in order for the business to operate. Okay? So we need staff, of course, di ba? There are a lot of companies already that are going automatic or employing robots or robotics, but still there are a lot of businesses that needs human touch. And of course, still an office space, whether it's just a room in your house, it's just your garage, or it's just a table para sa imong balay, panimalay, still you need an office space wherein you will do the online selling. Third, we have key activities. So similar to key resources, these are still important things for the business. But instead of key resources, key activities. What are the important activities or the important procedures that the businesses needs in order for it to have a smooth sailing? Key activities help your company run efficiently enough to fulfill your business value proposition. It includes all the critical resources involved in creating and selling the products or services. Okay? So all the steps necessary for the business to have a smooth operations is important also and is included in the key activities. A good business model also includes descriptions of activities in the value chain. The value chain is everything the company does to make their product valuable, from buying raw materials to producing a market-ready product. So value chain is, di ba, parang food chain siya. Di ba, in science, we do have the food chain. May let's say may prutas, ginkaon siya sang isa ka hayop, tapos ginkaon sang tao ang hayop, then napatay ang tao, ginkaon siya sa na-decompose ang iyang alawas after niya ginlubong, and so on and so forth. So similar to that food chain, we also have the value chain, from the buying or even from the canvassing of products or raw materials up to the selling of the finished goods to our customers. What is included in there? Okay. So key activities in the value chain can include website development and design, because especially nowadays, online stores or online selling setup is very rampant already, wherein people don't need to go to physical stores, just open the internet, open the store or the website, and then they can already buy it, even without seeing the owner or the sales lady or anything. Diba? Online na tanan. So that is very important. We also have the production, advertising, distribution, consultations, and after-sales services. Next, we have channels. Channels are any means by which customers come into contact with your business. They might find your online store in a Google search or learn about you from a Facebook ad. Every company needs to understand how to reach their potential customers, whether it's an e-commerce website or a brick and mortar store. So channels, syempre, these are just the means, the location, whether physical or online, that brings the customers to your business. Diba? A channel can be an office or a store, a physical store, Changi, diba? Located in, let's say, Ala Valley Drive. So that's an example of a channel. Or if you are conducting online, maybe you have a website. You conducted advertising through Facebook YouTube, di ba? That's advertisement. And then pag i-click mo yun siya, makadalon ka niya dito sa website or sa store mo. So that's an example of channels. So some common customer channels include social media, di ba? So very common nowadays because almost everyone have their own social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. LinkedIn, di ba? Usually. Trade shows or mga exhibits wherein dinidisplay natin yung sample ng mga products natin. Or even ng mga sample, di ba? Ng mga pasample, taste test sa mga stores, di ba? That's an example of a channel also. Email marketing. We do send emails to all addresses that we have, di ba? Search engines, and so on and so forth. Next, we have key partners. Key partners are all the other businesses you need to run your online store and deliver value to your customers. So these are not with the same business, di ba? Hindi siya kasali sa business mo, but it is a separate entity which is still important in order for you to operate. So, for instance, Starbucks has a worldwide partnership with different growers to source eco-friendly coffee beans. So, nagka-partner sila with different growers or different farmers in order for them to ensure that there is a stable supply of coffee beans sa ilang mga stores. Because basically, kung walang coffee beans, walang product or walang coffee na mapoproduce si Starbucks. So basically, coffee beans is very important, is maybe the number one key resources that Starbucks need. They also have key partnerships with the businesses that build their coffee machines. So similar to with coffee beans. Coffee beans, coffee machines, very important for coffee shops. So your key partners might include wholesalers you purchase products or raw materials from. So that's an example of yung coffee beans na nagpa-partner si Starbucks with different coffee growers. So that's an example. And of course, service providers that keep your company operational, especially with those services that offers service online, di ba? So ang example is may isa ka business or let's say isang school ngayon, online schooling naman or online class, yung key partner niya is yung internet provider. Because without the internet provider, walang online classes na magaganap, di ba? And also we have the retailers or other distributors who sell your product. Okay? But there are already now businesses that conducts or expands their key partners. Like for example, if you are familiar, yung ginagawa na ng KCC, di ba? When you have your bonus cards ng KCC and then you go to their partner stores, not necessarily they are dependent with those stores or they don't really affect, those partners don't really affect the operations of KCC, pero it is an advantage, it is a plus for the KCC and their customers na when you present your bonus card, meron kayong discount na matatanggap from those stores. So that's an example already of expanding or how businesses expands their key partners. Number 6, we have customer relationships. This is also very, very important. Your customer relationships are defined by how you communicate with your clients. Do you interact with your customers in person, over the phone, or online? Or are you using a combination of several means? Identify how you connect to customers to determine how your business should operate and whether there is potential for automated customer service. So how are you going to interact with your customers? How are you going to deal with them? Diba? Because how the customer experience your products or your services or even your after sales or after service is very important to the customer to be a repeat buyer or to be a repeat customer. Because basically, if you want people or your customers to be a repeat customer or a repeat buyer, then basically you need to build good customer relationship with them. 'Di ba? Kasi example, suplado ka, tindero or tindera. So do you think the customer will buy again to you? 'Di ba? Especially if marami ka kang kakompetensya. So that is why customer relationships is very important, especially in businesses or even in organizations. Seven, we have revenue streams. Your revenue streams are all the ways your business brings in money. So what are the revenue providers of your business, di ba? Is it only sales? Do you still have investments to other business? So you have meron kang share sa ilang profit? Do you do expansion? Or do you put your income into other resources or other businesses, 'di ba? May mga affiliate ka mo or so on and so forth. So your company can have many ways of generating revenue, including e-commerce website sales, in-store sales, subscriptions, service fees, add-ons, and dividends. You might even host advertisements for other companies on your e-commerce website to generate additional revenue. Di ba? If you have a website and then maraming pumapunta sa website nyo, or in business they call that traffic, di ba? You bring traffic to their website also, so that you are going to bring example your readers in your website to their business also. A is cost structure. The cost structure of an online store is the amount of money you use for business operations. So simply, it is just the opposite of the yung income streams, di ba? Cost structure is just what are the different expenses or what are the different costs being incurred by the business in order for it to have a smooth sailing. The most important expenses will be related to your key activities, but you also need to consider additional costs, including insurance, office supplies, travel expenses, salaries, mortgages or interest being paid if the business have loans from different financial institutions, and so on and so forth. And lastly, we have the customer segment, or in marketing, we call it market segmentation. Your customer segment describes the portion of the market your business targets. So I already explained it kanina when we started. We have a specific target market, diba? There may be some products that can be offered into the general public, but most of the products and services nowadays have its own specific target market. Diba? Do your products or services focus on people with a certain gender, age, or interest? Be clear about who your most important customers are. And that's the end of our discussion. I hope you have learned something from that discussion, and we will see you again.